All right, we are live for the Power Chat series. Today we have the U.S. Capitol Classics China Open pre-show. It's coming up very quickly. We have the co-promoters, Grandmaster Dennis Brown and Andrina Brown. How are you doing today?
Great.
I'm doing good.
I'm
Doing good.
excited to do this pre-show. In fact, your tournament actually was the first NASCA tournament that I spectated. So before coming to NASCA, I did ATA. I was in the DC area, I think, or passing through from vacation. And my parents were like, you know what? Let's go see what NASCA's about. And your tournament was the first one that we just got our passes and we watched some of the talent, and it really hooked us, really showed me the next level of martial arts. So
Oh, all
Well,
right.
that's a great thing. A star is born.
right? So we have the tournament coming up August 4th and 5th, right at DC, right? So tell me a little bit more about how you're feeling. We're about a month out from the tournament. How are you guys feeling about the registration as well as the upcoming event?
Oh my gracious. We're really, really excited. We've got record numbers this year. We really think that we're going to have a record turnout. The hotel is just really flying. We're really excited about the new events that we're going to have. For those folks who have never been to the Gaylord, it's just really beautiful. For those folks that have been with us for years and have been to the Gaylord, it's had a totally new facelift. It's got everything. It's very family oriented. Plenty of places to eat, things to do.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I want to say, my little quote for this year is like, come for the tournament, but make it a vacation, because they've redone the place. I mean, they've got places for kids. They've redone all the restaurants, and other than the tournament, there's just so much stuff to do. I mean, you can sightsee, just a boat ride 10 minutes from downtown Washington, D.C., where you can see every museum in the world
For free.
For free. That's another thing. People forget it's not free. Your taxes have already paid for them. But we tell folks, stay over a day and spend some time. Obviously, we want you to come for the tournament and all like that. But that's my little tagline. Take an extra day. Don't just come in and out and stay for the vacation, because the Gaylord is it's the top hotel on the Marriott circuit in the country. So we want everybody to enjoy that side too.
A couple of things there. I mean, that the National Harbor, I mean, I've been to your tournament multiple times, and I have been busy just staying within the National Harbor because there's so much to do even there with the Ferris wheel and things like that. But also DC itself is so rich with museums. So it's a perfect time for the summer to get out there. And again, like you said, it's free, which I think always amazes me every time I go. You just get to walk into these historic buildings and paintings that are hundreds of years old. You just get to go for free. So definitely a highlight as people are off of school and things like that. Okay, now in terms of, you said record numbers, people need to get their hotel rooms booked, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And everybody wants to stay, at the Gaylord. So yeah, you need to go online to our site, uscapitalclassics.com, and that's the best way to reserve your room. If you have any problems, you can reach out, got a little help button, and we will certainly help you with it.
Is there a block or room rate for people who are with the tournament?
Yes, you just have to, we have quite a few catchwords. You can use US Capitol Classics, Dennis Brown Classics, welcome to the Classics, all of that.
So, I'm here to fight or something, anything, not quite that. But you let them know you're with the tournament. You'll be all right.
Okay, great. Now, in terms of registration, what's the platform you guys are using, and how can people register to what deadline?
We use Matt. Excellent. They do everything. Just go online to uscapitalclassics.com. You can go to the link for registration. You put in your profile. Once you put your total profile in it, the great thing about MAT is that it will populate the divisions in which you can participate. And you pick from that list what you want to perform in. You can buy your tickets, everything. And so it's a one-stop shop.
All right. This is the 39th annual event, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It would have been 41, but we didn't give the event for 2 years due to COVID.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of years under your belt. Is there anything in particular that you feel is different from years prior that you're elevating, or things that you really want to highlight for this year?
Well, we've added some divisions because, you know, it's normally a North American sports karate event, and there's just so many events in that. But I'm also a kung fu instructor. I'm one of the only promoter who's not a karate guy of some type, but I'm a kung fu master. But we added something called the China Open, that little part at the end of our name, U.S. Capital Classics China Open, because we want to make sure that the Chinese divisions, there's so many of them out there, they have no tournaments to go to, or they're closed down. And so over the last few years, we've added in stuff like wushu and kung fu and tai chi. We've added in sanda, all these divisions that would normally be seen at a Chinese tournament only, but not necessarily in a NASCAR event. It's not a traditional NASCAR event. So we've added those kind of events in, some continuous fighting for the folks. So we tell them, look on and check and see what all we have, because you can do all the U.S. Capital Classic events, but also if your system teaches weapons, Chinese weapons or something like that, we have those extra things that are added in.
I wanted to bring up something, not necessarily division, but something that, you know, we're really excited about it. It started with our tournament last year, and that's Maggie Messina's Female Fighters Matters Too. This is going to be the second annual Women's Weekend for Sport Karate. And we're going to be showcasing the Lady Warrior Showcase in the evening. I mean, it's really great. She's really stepping out there, really highlighting the women's, the junior girls, things like that. We're really, really excited about that. We had record numbers of females to participate last year. So we are happy to continue that on with Maggie. And also, I'll let Master Brown talk about this. We're introducing the Korean Challenge at our event this year.
Yeah, well,
I heard that was a hit. Tell me more about that.
Well, you know, it's highlighting the Korean divisions, and a lot of times this traditional, it's mostly, you know, Japanese, Okinawan, those type things. The Koreans kind of get lost. They're not Japanese style, and there's always been one or two top Koreans that made it. John Chung, Charlie Lee. There's always been a bunch of them, but there's never been a division specifically for the Korean styles. Now, the thing that makes it important here is this is the home of Korean martial arts. I mean, Jun Rhee, the father of Taekwondo in America, when he came here, he opened up 20, 30 schools all over the place. He was well known, and most of the top guys in NASCAR, they're not former, but they were black belts of Jun Rhee. And so with all the Korean schools we have here, they would always have to come in and ask, well, where do we fit? Do we fit in the traditional challenge? Because that doesn't really fit us, and we're not Kung Fu, and we're not this. And so we decided, and NASCAR also, that in a town where Korean martial arts is you know, really old, it's been here since the 60s, there needed to be a Korean challenge. Now, the ruling is somewhat different than theirs also, because they get to do competition where two guys compete against each other at the same time on stage. And you don't normally see that. You don't see that. So this guy over here is working, and he's working with his thing, and the judges are looking at it, and it goes through a whole series where there's two guys on stage, and then they go back to back. And I think that it'd be interesting. I know that the Korean schools that normally only go to Korean tournaments, hopefully they'll all be here, because they will finally have a division that focuses on their style.
That sounds really exciting. Now, you mentioned showcasing women. What about just the awards and the prize money in general? What can people look forward to at your tournament?
You want to talk about we give out the Classic Award, and I'll let Master Brown tell you a little bit more about that one.
The Classic Award. Well, we give out a Classic Award. That's a different kind of award. That's, you know, we try to recognize a couple of people every year that have been with us. I mean, we give the tournament, we get all the rah, 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 but there's always a couple of folks that come up and help us to get it running. And there's many of them. You can't spend the whole nighttime show awarding everybody, but every year we try to pick out one or two of those people that have been very special, that if we could, we get on the mic and say, it wasn't just us. We've got these people who have supported us, and without them, it wouldn't be this. And each year we try to pick out a couple of folks and bring them up and give them what we call the Classic Awards. And but we won't say who it is because we want it to be a surprise. Also, we give out some very special awards that are sought after by everybody on the circuit. It's our pyramids. And the folks that are out there, if they've seen them, we've got folks that tell us, I come to your tournament just to win one of those. We've been giving those out maybe 10 years or so, long time. And we design them. It's the shape of a pyramid, but you have to come and see it. But we have people come to say, I just want, if I could just win one of those. And the classic awards and the pyramids and those type things, I think also make it a little bit special because it's not just trophies and medals, because most of them have won trophies and medals forever. So we try to come up with special awards that stand out that people will want to get and add to their collection. So we look forward to that end of it also.
Okay. Now, for people who hopped on a little bit late, registration, there are a couple tiers for registration, and you could possibly get a discount, to my understanding, if you register earlier rather than later.
Absolutely.
Can you walk through that?
We're in our, I believe, our second tier right now, second or third tier, second tier, and it's due to run out July the 9th. Hopefully, we're going to be able to extend that. So we have several different tiers that you can get involved in and get a discount. But you can register for the tournament up until the day of. If you are a school or a team and you have at least 10 competitors, then you can get a discount on top of that. You just have to reach out to us. We will set you up with a discount code and do that as well.
Okay. All right. So Alex Ryan has commented, great competition, one of the best venues and location in the sport. Now, what do you guys, from the promoter's perspective, feel like really separates the U.S. Capitol Classics from the other tournaments on the circuit and in the nation?
I don't know if it separates us or not. I can only tell you what I feel in my heart. For me, I love giving the event because I love being able to interact with the people that come. I mean, it is just amazing. It's like a family reunion because we have so many people who have been with us. They've never missed an event. And I really like to go all out to help folks who take the time, who spend the money and come to us and say, look, you know, we're going to come to you year after year and we're going to enjoy your event. So for us, the most important part of it for me is to make sure that when you come to the U.S. Capitol Classics, excuse me, we welcome you and you have a great time.
Yeah, and for me, it was very special because long before it was called NASCA circuit or whatever, China Open, it was the Karate Illustrated circuit with Ronaldo Barton and those guys when they were giving an A-rated tournament. And all through the 70s, I was actually a competitor. So I can kind of identify with it. I was one of those guys on the stage traveling this circuit, even though it didn't have that name yet. So we've been there since the beginning, and we kind of feel like this is home for us. There's generations where your fathers were not just came to see it, they actually competed on the stage. They were actually world champions. And now their kids are competing on the same stage. And I know it makes me look a little old, but but their kids are coming and their families are coming, and grandkids and what have you. And they're saying, yeah, I started here. So it's for us, it's something very special. People say, well, how long are you going to do this thing? Because you guys been doing it since the
high school.
Since high school.
Gave it at the first one was at our alma mater.
Yeah, the first ones we gave was at, we went to high school together. You know?
Oh my goodness.
Get rid of her. I don't know what the deal is. But we gave the very first one at our little high school, a couple hundred people. 1982 was the first year that we gave it, and we've watched this thing grow and grow until it's one of the largest tournaments in the country, and we try to make it one of the most prestigious. But one of those things that everybody wants to have on their resume, you know, I competed at the NASCA events and I won the U.S. Capitol Classics, should be on their resume. So we try to make it special. Again, the venue, we could go get a little ballroom somewhere and just give our tournament. But you say you've been there, you know the Galo. It's a vacation. It's something that we don't want you to just compete and win a loss. It's over. Just go get on the bus. We want you to feel like you can stay over and have a good time. And it's something you want to come to every year. And your students, when you bring your teams, you want them to feel like they've competed in something special. So it's personal with us.
And I want to throw in too that we're pretty much loved by Marriott, happy to say, and they have us there through 2029.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they love the event. And for us, it's, you know, we hear people talking about, I hope I can get my space next year. To have a venue like the Gaylord at the National Harbor calling you going, what can we do to make sure you keep your event here? The county execs and all the dignitaries within the Prince George's County in Maryland where we live, they're calling us and going, you're not thinking about moving this sporting event. And for me, as a martial artist, came up and we weren't football, we weren't basketball, we weren't baseball. We were this side sport that was on the side. You take what? We take karate. You know, to have them say to us, we want this sporting event to stay here in our state and our county is very special because we live 10 minutes from the National Harbor. So it is our neighborhood, and we're inviting everybody to come in. So
to your home, like you said earlier.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. As a reminder for people watching, August 4th and 5th at the National Harbor. Make sure you register at Nat Action and also book your rooms because I hear they are going fast. So just do it while you can. Don't procrastinate. It's so easy with technology right now. Get in that hotel and get to the Cap Classics. It's a good one. All right.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Thank you for watching, everybody. And I wish you guys a great tournament this year.
Thank you. Hope to see you there.